Do you ever talk to yourself like out loud during the day, maybe even sometimes when other people are around? Well, if you haven't tried talking to yourself, I want to share with you why I think it's actually a really good productivity technique. There's something about talking to yourself that I find really helpful in a number of things, in warding off procrastination, in making something less complex and overwhelming, and also in reducing stress. And I have a theory about why. And that theory is this: when we speak, we can only say one thing at a time, right? We can think a whole lot of things. We can think a lot of jumbled up thoughts. Our thoughts can be swirling. It can be really difficult to figure out what's going on in there and how do we make that into something coherent that we can move forward with. When we have to speak out loud, then we are actually kind of forcing our brain to think a little bit more linearly because we can only say one thing at a time. So even if this sounds weird, like kind of an odd technique, I want you to give it a try. And here's one of the ways that I use this most frequently with my clients. So sometimes someone will bring me something that just feels like big and overwhelming. They have something that they really feel like they're not even sure where to start. And so with this, I'm going to start encouraging them to speak out loud, and I'm going to start by asking questions. So I'm going to say, great, okay, so what's the goal here? What are you trying to accomplish? I know it's big and there's a lot of compete pieces, but what are we trying to do, right? And then they'll answer, right? And then I ask them, okay, and what's the first step to getting us there, right? And they might say, well, we got to do this. And actually, no, I have to do this before I do that. And it helps you to kind of linearly think through all of the steps. And then I might say, great, what do we do next? What happens next? And they'll have another thought about what is next. And all of a sudden, we've taken something that is really overwhelming and feels kind of insurmountable, and we have linearly broken it down into steps that are actually doable. And so this is a technique you can try with yourself, right? You're just going to be the same person that's asking the questions and that's answering them, and you're going to do it out loud. And now you might be thinking, well, I maybe this sounds okay, but I'm not sure I'm ready to talk out loud around other people, right? I think there are a few things to think about here. So one, try it. Try if thinking it to yourself is different than talking it to yourself. I think you'll be surprised and you'll find that talking to yourself is a little bit easier. And two, you know what? Most of us are still working at home right now. Even if offices have opened, maybe they've now closed because of the Delta variant. And so there is no time like the present to try out a technique that involves talking to yourself out loud during the day. So give it a shot and let me know what you think. Or if you've tried it, then also let me know what you think. How does this help you and how do you use it?